Why can't I meditate? Today we'll answer this question. Kindly offer a new perspective on, not new, an ancient perspective on what meditation really is and how I have been doing it wrong all along. Here we go. Namaste everyone, welcome. This is a little video to answer a question, why can't I meditate? So on the YouTube channel, we were asked a question because a lot of the quotes, if you've been following along the live streams from the book, A Life of Bliss, the Living Transmission, there is the very clear distinction in contemplation and meditation. And so Kristine from a YouTube channel called The University of Light, which is really cool. I'll put it in the comments or in the description below. Asked, for clarification on that. So we like to speak about this because it's very important. And the title here is deliberate. Why can't I meditate? And so we'll get to why I can't meditate towards the end, but I want to just talk about a lot of things that are called meditation that aren't meditation. Pretty much everything, not pretty much everything that's called meditation, except what we're going to share here is what really meditation is. So when you meditate on something, again, using the language, it's not meditation. When we have a visualization or, even watching our thoughts, watching our breath, it's not meditation. It's contemplation. Music meditation, it's not meditation. It's contemplation of music. Breathwork meditation is not meditation. It's a use of prana, use of breath, that may lead potentially to meditation. All of these things could possibly lead to meditation, but they're not meditation. So pretty much everything, I think I'm confident saying everything that is called meditation, other than this definition that we'll get to at the end, is contemplation of some kind. And why do we say this? It's because true meditation is our natural state. It's not something that you can do. And if there's still a you that is doing something, you're not meditating. So meditation is the falling away of the false self. It's the falling away of the I. When meditation is revealed, it is seen that there was no I, there's no me, there's no meditator. And so all the time, we sit down, we watch our breath, whatever it happens to be, any sort of process of what we call meditation, which I'm now defining as contemplation. There's a process, there's a you doing a something, there's a you watching your breath, there's a you letting go of thoughts, there's a you sitting or standing or laying or whatever it happens to be. But meditation is when the I falls away. And even that is not true. It is seen that the I never existed, but it seems like to the I that something is falling away. So true meditation is when there's no longer a you. There's no longer an I. And when this happens, again, language is so limited in this. It's actually not something that happens, but we'll just use this language anyway, even though it's inaccurate. When what we would call meditation happens, you're not there to experience it. There's nothing there. There's no time, there's no space, there's no you. There is just beingness. And so it's not something that we can learn. It's not something that we do. It's the cessation of what is not, is this dream of I, this dream of a separate self, this dream of the one who meditates. So all of the contemplation practices are beautiful, but they all are aiming to lead no one, to this natural state that we call meditation, where the individual is seen that it never existed. Not that it stops to exist. It's not like we're contemplating one moment, then the I ceases to exist and we're in meditation. It is seen that the I never was there in the first place. And this is not for the mind. What has been shared here must be intuitively revealed. The mind cannot get this because the mind is being dissolved as these words penetrate to the depth of the illusion, the depth of the dream, the depth of the idea that there's a separate me, that there's a me talking here, that there's a you listening there. And so this happens naturally. And again, it's not a happening. It's something that always is. But what clouds and masks and keeps us from experiencing what it always already is the idea of the me, of the I. So why can't I meditate? Because the I is what keeps you from peace, keeps us from bliss, keeps us from what we're calling this natural state of meditation. So it's not something that you do, it's something that we always are, but it's clouded, it's masked, it's not able to be experienced knowingly because the I masks it. The person, the word person comes from persona, and the persona is like the act, the mask. So we've been doing it wrong. I have been doing it wrong all this time. And my journey with this has been for quite some time. When I started what I thought was meditation, it was quite a long time ago, maybe 10 years ago. And I thought I was meditating. And there were moments over the years where the meditation, again, using that term, or what was called meditation before, would lead to maybe a moment where thought would subside, but the me was still there, the I was still there. And so, through the teachings of one of the greatest teachers that has graced this sacred earth, Ramana Maharshi, or the Maharishi, I came to look more deeply at this and come to recognize what was truly being pointed to, which cannot be seen, cannot be named. Every word that is spoken here is superfluous. And it's the question of, so the teachings of Ramana is, it's so simple. So we ask the question, who am I? So there's an I sits down and we ask the question, who am I? And that question doesn't have an answer. It's not a logical question answer, but it's an invitation. And it's a question that's going to eat itself. It's going to swallow itself up, not with an answer, but with a revelation. And another one of Ramana's pointers that really helped me was asking the question whenever, if you're sitting in what we're calling contemplation now and thoughts are appearing, which they will, the question you ask is, to whom do these thoughts appear? Have you ever asked yourself that question? There's conversations going on in your head. There's thoughts appearing, thoughts arising. Have you ever thought to ask, who are these thoughts speaking to? To whom do these thoughts appear to? And rather than then trying to silence or still the mind, in each sacred silence through the Life of Bliss living transmissions, we share to allow what is, to be what is, as what is. And so in a practical way, you can sit, thoughts will appear, ask the question, to whom do these thoughts appear? Who are they appearing to? And then instead of trying to get rid of those thoughts, which is an impossibility because thoughts are just an infinite field of potential appearing, instead investigate who are the thoughts appearing to. And so you trace back. There's an awareness. Trace it back, take it back, and take it back to its source. And what you'll find is nothing. You will really, truly find that there is no you. You will find, firstly, that the you that you thought you are is simply another thought. Everything we have thought ourselves to be is quite literally a thought. And again, don't take these words as just some sort of mental exercise. Actually discover, become a scientist in the science of self-realization and experiment. Take your awareness from the one who is seemingly here, watching thoughts. You could say that's the observer. And then trace back. Go to the source of that one that seems to be the observer, the one that is aware of thoughts, and trace it back and go back to its core. And just like peeling an onion, you'll recognize and see, and it'll be revealed. And it's so simple. It's too simple for the mind, that actually there's no I here. There's no one here. And when that realization, that revelation appears, it's not appearing to anyone. It's not appearing to a someone. This is why when someone tells you they're enlightened or they're awake, just give a little smile and walk on by. And when people or spiritual beings are claiming to have achieved something in awakeness or in enlightenment, you can be sure that there's still someone there trying to take ownership of that. And if there is, it's not that. Just like everything in that we've been called meditation is mostly contemplation. Everything we talk about awakening, I like awakening because it's a continuous unfolding. But awake or enlightened, if there's still a someone there, if there's still an I there that claims it, just take a breath, just feel within and feel what is true for you. But more importantly than looking outward at anything or anyone else is trace back the who am I, trace back the one who the thoughts are appearing to, who the emotions are appearing to, the sensations are appearing to, and see if you can find it. See if you can find that you, that me that you've believed yourself to be this whole life. Identify it, find it, present it, represent it. If you find it, come show us. If you don't find it, there won't need anything more to be said. So thank you, Kristine from the University of Light, for this question, for sparking this conversation. And if you have any questions or challenges or anything that you'd like to ask about this or anything else that we share on these channels, please feel free to put in the comments, and we shall aim to have a conversation about them, from no one to no one, about nothing, and have fun along the way. And so just before we finish, I'm seeing blue lights appearing here. So beings of light just appearing, just confirming. And just to balance this and to keep it in the spirit of a life of bliss, the living transmission, is that what we are sharing here is the absolute reality. We're sharing from the absolute reality that there is no you, there is no me, there is no I who meditates, there's no individual, there's no separate self. In the relative reality, there is a Martin, there is a you watching this video, but that's the relative reality. That's the holographic projection. That's the dream of creator, and it's temporary and it's fleeting. And recognizing that there is no truth to the I, the separate self, does not in any way diminish this. You don't lose something, you actually gain everything that was lost. In truth, nothing was lost, but when we believe ourselves to be a separate self in the relative reality, we're always hungry, we're always searching, we're always striving, we always think we can get better or more or this or that or ascension or moving into another state. And so just to balance this again, as always, we are called, what is shared is the absolute reality, and we share to come from the absolute reality into the dream of separation, not come from the dream, the belief that there is an I, and trying to get to the absolute reality. It's bringing, recognizing the heaven is upon the earth, that heaven, the kingdom of heaven, is within you now here, and you are nowhere. So thank you for joining. If this has resonated, please share it. Share it around. We're live streaming on many different platforms now: Rumble, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Telegram. We've got a playlist on YouTube as well now, which makes it handy for the daily videos. And until next time, from my heart to yours, the divine in me sees, honors, and loves the divine in you. Namaste. We are.